Hey, this is Kevin, Tri-State Ministries. I want to tell a story. I don't know if anyone listens, but I do this for me on the inside, really, and for the chance to hopefully help other people. My intentions are, never to cuss and try not to be or act or seem stupid, but normally I read stuff. I barely say anything, but the story goes that happened, and this happened a few times with some Jehovah's Witnesses that come by. I usually invite them in and set them down. I cut them off a little bit, but I'm trying to see what parts of other religions that they might know. And amazingly, they don't know that much, most of them, about other religions. And I tell them my kind of take. And my thoughts are, is existence. What are we here? What's the question? There's a lot of searching that people do, and well, I don't want to get off. I want to start at the beginning of what I'm thinking, but that hole in our heart that we lose as a child is by design. God does that we should seek out Christ, God, Lord, to find the inner peace and love that we're born with already. What I mean by that is a lot of people say, oh, I live for my children, and I live for this, or my life is this for meeting, and in my thoughts, it's simple. And it's not that I've read this in any one religion, but my thought straight up is our gift of consciousness is it and all. And by having consciousness, that's where the other stuff comes in. It separates us from being an animal and everything else on this plane of existence, or consciousness does it. And with that, with consciousness comes reality and everything else, and what makes up our happiness and everything else. But our gift of sad, bad, happy, glad, indifference, joy, sorrow, the emotions that we are conscious that our bodies can feel, that's what it's all about. When we're a child, we come by it naturally. You know that pee your pants feeling when you're playing or rolling down the hill, that tickly feeling, the oneness of love. Some people call that the Spirit of God, the oneness. I mean, that's when we're all part of the consciousness that we're all about. And it is happiness, and the endorphins are firing, and we're so happy, and it's great. The older we get, the farther we get from that. We lose track of that. That's when that hole opens up in the heart, and some Catholicism and books like that. And that void, some people replace that with sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and like to have fun. And let me tell you, and it does. It fires your endorphins, and you feel great. And the thing is we're always searching for that feeling again, that one hit, the one great thing, the one tickly feeling, and we don't even know what we're missing. We don't even understand that it's what we felt as a child, emotionally, spiritually, consciously. We don't even know that. We don't even realize it. Some people find it through religion, and then they get back together with it. I mean, and not to knock any organized religion, but some things have been muddled by man and dirtied up, and it's unfortunate. But once you connect back with it, you get that oneness, that tickly feeling back, and it's great, and it feels great. So in my mind, it's what is life? What is it about? Consciousness. Good, bad, sad, glad, and indifferent. All the emotions that you can think of, that's what it's about. The rest is all extra, which means to be at one with the consciousness, God, or be part of that and keep that, because you'll have ups and downs spiritually, and you'll have that feeling sometimes, and you'll be on the low. And it's weird, because when you're searching for the light and the love, it seems like cosmically that's when other things attack your body and your person, and will come at you 3 different ways, 5 different ways. And I don't know if it's the test is written in the Bible or just the balance of good and evil, but it happens, and it really consciously, I've noticed that it does. In Hinduism, Buddhism, when you're supposed to detach from the materialistics and the ways, so does Jesus says that in the Bible too, that, no sweat. Don't even choose not to participate. Just love. Oh, that's hard to do, and it's easier said than done. But if you can focus on the pure gift of just the emotional response that we are able to have consciously, that's it. having kids, materialistic things, those are bonuses that in some religions and thoughts that we shouldn't even respond to hardly. But that's the gift, it's the gift is consciousness in life, and everything else is just extra little things, or big things really. And people get caught up on those other things, and then it seems like the powers that be that want to control this plane of existence want us to be in a stress bubble of whatever's going on in your life. And if they can detain us or stop us from getting to that Zen, one piece, love, consciousness, body of Christ zone, they do that. And they do that by separation. They do that by misinformation. They do that in all different ways. And you have to maintain, you got to push through it, and you got to understand. And when you're at your low point, anyone, all you have to do is literally cry out, speak out, ask the consciousness, God, whatever you call what we are part of, whatever it is, you just ask for help, and it's there. And it always has been, and it always will be. The fact that we are part of something so omnipotent and so great that we can't even comprehend the complexity is mind-blowing. And I don't even know if we're supposed to understand all of it. And that comes in with the free, to have undying faith, unquestionable faith, and just have faith in it. Some people think past that, and in different religion and different Bible stories, God says, challenge me, ask me. And, whether I think that's right or wrong, I don't know. But the main thing is ask for help, and it's there, and you're not alone. And people do love. So when I talk to the Jehovah's Witnesses, I ask them, do you know that in Muslim that's all it means is believer? In the Old Testament and the Torah, Quran, and everything's pretty much the same verbatim. And they're like, no. And I say, ask different questions, and they're like, no. And my point is, I think our Creator, our consciousness, our God, looks at us as dumb children. And in my mind, the Bible is great. Parables, lots of different religious texts are parables to help teach what I'm trying to say too. Daddy. They're parables that try to teach us the same kind of thing. And like I said, I believe that our God, our consciousness, looks at us as dumb children. Do I think that He would mandatory write a 4 or 5 inch book and says, here's all the rules, get it, got it, you got to do this every time, all this? No. I think He would look at us as dumb children, give us a list of, say, 10 things, and say, hey, I love you, do your best, I'll see you later. And then after we go through life and we do the things that we do, and we break the 10 that we break, or what have you, then we get judged, and we get looked at, and our Father looks at us, and He puts us in time out for X amount of time, because we reap what we sow. So that's what we do. Sorry about that. My little ones come in. I love them. But I kind of lost track of where I was at. But yeah, you reap what you sow. So I think God puts us in time out. Hell, purgatory, it gives, I think of it as our Father. He gives us a list. Do your best. I love you. And we will be put in time out, and we will go to hell, or so to say, or be put in time out for X amount of time. And then when it's done, God will say, I love you. We'll put you on His lap. We'll give you a hug, and you'll be part back in that light forever. And whether this plane of existence is an experiment, which I doubt, or testing, or learning, or passage to the next plane of existence spiritually, it's awesome. It's great. And our free will and our consciousness, the will of everything, gives us the abilities to completely destroy ourselves too. And I've said this before in different things, everything that, any of the tests or the stuff that people has been through over in the past of their lives, a lot of people let that define them and dictate who they are. Maybe they don't realize it, but you don't have to. I say that to a lot of people. Hey, I know what you're going through is hard, and and I know how you feel, or I know what you went through before, and I empathize with it, which is fine, and we can do that. And I always let people know, don't let it define you. Nothing has to define. Nobody says who you are, not even yourself, really. You can choose to be however, whoever, whatever you want to do. And God, our consciousness that we're part of, lets us do that. So, peace and love. See ya.